right, hello and good morning. I'm just going to wet my whistle, if you don't mind. This is going to be video 854. Hopefully my throat's kind of less. I just did a bunch of coughing in the other video, and so everything kind of tightened up. Anyway, so this is going to be video 854. It's not a sponsor, but I do like Tootsie Rolls, okay? And I would happily become an ambassador for Tootsie Rolls. My dad would not let us have candy when I was younger. Um, Halloween, he'd go through our stuff and everything anyway, but somehow Tootsie Rolls were okay, so that's where that comes from. But anyway, I'd like to do Voice Lab. Turns out it's going to be Voice Lab 11. This is the end of week 11, so we're going to go into week 12, so it kind of has to be Voice Lab 11. And some other updates too. Yeah, been kind of a bumpy week. Excuse me, Voice Lab wise. I got over, I think I mentioned last time in Voice Lab 10 or maybe 11. No, it was 10. That I kind of got kind of lazy, and I really have tried to address that. But there's also just been some times when I'm going to say I just don't feel like it, and I just do what I feel like, and sometimes I talk in my old voice, sometimes I talk in my new voice, but I try to spend more time in my new voice, obviously. It is 9:16 on a Sunday morning. A couple weeks ago, there was no way in hell I could do this, okay? So my stamina has gotten a little longer, and my ability to maintain has also gotten longer, but there's still periods, kind of like the last video I made, where if I have a lot of congestion, or if I sneeze a lot, or I cough a lot, then everything just kind of tightens up. Kind of like it's doing right now. Moving on. I had kind of like a opportunity to get to know somebody new, and it kind of was like a first date in a way. And by the end of the night, it was kind of comical in a way, and I guess I'm just going to share some things that probably you already know if you're an adult. Definitely meet in a safe place. I offered to give this person a ride, which was a bad idea, because afterwards I had to drive him home, and it was a long 20 minutes, very uncomfortable. So that would be like my first thing is meet them, meet somebody at a public place, and have an escape route that does not involve driving them home. So that was on me. I made that mistake. But I was just so excited to have the opportunity to get to know somebody, blah, 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 blah. So you can kind of understand the stupidity on my part. Okay. A little bit of irrational emotion. Oh, this guy, this person has expressed, sounds like a helicopter, morning traffic, expressed some interest in me, and I was flattered. My ego was, anyway, so please forgive me for my stupidity. That said, I am 6 foot tall, almost 400 pounds now, and it's going to take a lot to knock me down. But still, doesn't matter. You don't want to put yourself in that situation. Um, you know, People can tase you, drug you, shoot you, ambush you. Don't, be aware of your safety. And be aware of the fact that the brain is going to kind of like mess with you on that. Oh, but if you just did this, you'd meet somebody. Um, the other thing that is I deserve whatever punishment you dole out to me. 10 lashings with a wet pool noodle. Um, Beware of being catfished, okay? The picture that was on the web was not the person. Um, was not the person in any way. I mean, it was them maybe like 30 years ago, but, or maybe even 40 years ago. So, be aware. And I couldn't have abandoned this person where we were, even though it was at a public place. But I mean, I just, as I was in my car and I was waiting to meet them and I saw them for the first time, I was like, baby, you've been catfished. And I just couldn't think of a public, I couldn't think of a way out, you know. So, if you can, again, public place, a short duration, that would be the other thing. Where we were committed to be there for a while. So maybe a cup of coffee, something that's open and done in 20 minutes. That way, if you don't like it, you can get the fuck out. That would be another thing. That's where I'm goofed up. So, um, public place, escape route. Try to avoid being catfished. And in this day and age, kind of like what I'm doing right now, we could have a Zoom meeting, right? You could have a Zoom date, okay? And if the person refuses to turn on their camera, might be a good, I mean, that's not what we did, my last date, but would be a good thing, Gee, this person doesn't want to show me what they look like, you know? And obviously a still photo of them is not, you want video. You want this to line up with this, right? So, anyway, so that's that. There's no reason to go into details. Just was not a match. Chemistry was not there, and much like their appearance, their personality, and again, hit me with the wet pool noodle. Why would their real life personality be different than their virtual personality? I mean, really, dumbass. I knew better. I knew better. But I wasn't thinking with real. A woman in love, a woman who wants to be loved. I mean, golly, that's a rationality in the extreme, right? Um, Letting your emotion run over your sensibility. So that's that. What else was I going to say? Oh, and then a third thing is I don't know what it is about, and maybe this really isn't a good question, but I've had 2 or 3 people lately friends, okay, new people that I meet that could be friends, who treat me like I'm a dude, okay, I'm a guy. And I had one in a D&D game, started talking about eating pussy. And I was offended, okay? I should be. Anyone should be. It's not what you, I mean, unless that's the point of the game, so I guess what I want to say is don't stand up for that or don't take it, you know. To do it over again, I would have said, I'm sorry, I can't, I can't play this game with you if you're going to be so, I don't know what you call it, socially, irresponsible, if you're going to objectify women, if you're going to be rude, um, that probably would have been the time to end it, you know? But again, I was kind of in a weird situation. But again, I don't know what it is about, some people, some guys, they're very cool, they know I'm gender, and they treat me like any other girl, like any other woman, right? I mean, that's kind of the goal, my goal. But it's like they think it's okay to like talk about having sex and I mean, like I said, it was totally inappropriate. And to do it over again, I would have like said, you know what, I'm sorry, I can't do this, and I'm gonna have to go home. Um, I don't know. I don't know. I'm still kind of processing, and I can't. I just can't believe. But there are people like that out there, And someone else, another person, another game that I played in recently, started talking, and again, really bad behavior. And we have it in our ability. We have it to say, stand up for ourselves, number one, but also, whoops, to stand up for women, because we are women, and we don't have to we don't have to take that. So maybe, I don't know, be more. I feel like I could be more empowered and not give up the power. Um, in light of recent events, I don't know how much power I really have. Um, just been neutered politically, but on a positive note, um, I'm getting better and better at maintaining my voice for a prolonged period of time around people I don't know. I think I made mention of that. At work it was very simple. It was the elevator rides or people you pass in the hallway and you say good morning or good afternoon or you have a good night, have a good weekend. Very short statements. And they're walking one way, you're walking this way. They probably are not even listening to you. See each other, hi, hi, have a good weekend, have a good weekend. Okay, they're already like keys in their hand. They're thinking, okay, I got to go to the store and I got to pick up my kid. Okay, those are very low risk situations, but I did a pretty good job. I did a pretty good job yesterday. Um, did not break character, did not break my voice, although I did have some moments. And I do tend to talk too fast. Surprise, surprise. And if I had slowed down and enunciated, that probably would have solved a lot of my issues. But I did not break. And so, yay. Hope my sensei is pleased with this humble student's behavior, performance. Or, I don't know. On that note, I think that's it. Um, yeah, some bad news in the news, but it's an opportunity to fix it, which we will do. And, it's so, just real quick, political stuff here. There's a senator, Republican senator, who wants to withhold um, reduce lunch money from LGBT kids. There was a Republican representative yesterday that thanked President Trump for saving white America. You know, the true colors, the trueness is coming out. And, what we do from here is, if there is a silver lining to this dark cloud, I think it is that people who maybe were in the middle before and who didn't care or who were ambivalent, they may be fighting for us now. You know, I had someone yesterday who it took 3 times for sure. The fourth time they got it. But they said something like, ending birth control, that's silly. That'll never happen. And I'm like, Justice Thomas said blah, 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 blah. And then they wrote back, well, ending sodomy, that can't happen. I'm like, Justice Thomas said blah, 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 blah. They're telling you what they're going to do. They're not hiding it anymore. And a lot of the interviews that I've seen, pro-life groups are saying they're going to go for pro-fetus rights now. They want to get a national ban. Before the argument was, let the states decide. Let the states supply. The states, we need to fight for states' rights. But now the argument is, oh no, nationally we need a ban against abortion. We need a ban against women's rights. So, I think it's if someone tells you what they're going to do, they feel very confident they're going to win. And my hope is it will kind of shake things up a little bit and say, you know what, if you want to have privacy in your life, you got to step up. So I guess that's maybe the silver lining is a lot of people that were asleep got woken up. And on that note, I got some stuff to do. I'm applying for a job today. I applied for the same position twice about 10 months ago. Well, about 14 months ago, actually, I applied for it. And they couldn't find anybody. I was rejected. And then they posted it 2 months later. And I applied for it. And I was rejected. And so now it's a year later. I'm going to apply for it again. And supposedly the reason before was I didn't have enough experience. And now I've got another year of experience. So we'll see if I get it. But it will mean some big changes. I will be possibly moving to like a real place. Not that this is fake, but this was like oh my gosh, I have to get rid of my house and find a place to live quickly place. And it's been nice, but I kind of like to lay down some roots. And definitely if I can find my retirement house where I want to live when I retire, because technically I can retire in like 15 years. And it would be nice to find that house and start to pay it off now. And then when I retire, only have, 10 years of house payments. But the housing market has to change. It's not going to happen anytime soon. But anyway, possibility. Anyway, I hope that you have lots of possibilities in your life. And take it day by day, The sun rose today in spite of the last couple of days being really crappy. And I guess I'll end on this. If you've been on high alert since Friday, just maybe take a day off if you can. No Facebook, no YouTube, no internet. Just go outside and sit or read a book and just get out, escape, escape the world, um, because um, it's just, I felt like the adrenaline was pumping, and then my body kind of overextended itself and it got a little crazy. Um, and just taking a little bit of a break, I could come and look at this with a fresh set of eyes and come up with a plan on how I'm going to react. And going forward, I'll have a plan. Instead of reacting, I will be proactive. I will be, see what I'm saying? So, anyway, it's always good just to read a book anyway, every once in a while. All right? Detox, unplug, and I wish you the best of luck in becoming your authentic self. Bye.